Hey guys, this is Kareem from Backwards Gaming. I am starting a new Madden NFL 25 series, and by popular demand, I am doing the Cleveland Browns. This year, we end off on a good note for the NFL draft. It was very stocked with talent, and I believe that the Browns had a amazing draft. They picked who they need to pick, even though they had only 7 picks, which was shocking because they started off with 9. But trading them away to trade all over the place. And right now I'm just creating my owner. Well, talking about the first round for the Browns, they drafted Justin Gilbert with the 8th pick, cornerback from Oklahoma State. He was a interesting product they picked. I myself was shocked because I thought they were going to go Johnny Manziel with that pick, but it turns out they wanted somebody on the other side of Joe Hayden to do the coverage. Their 22nd pick was Johnny Manziel from Texas A&M. In all honesty, this is the pick that shocked me the most because I thought the Browns were trying to stay away from Johnny Manziel after what they saw. Even though he has big hands and he is a mobile quarterback, he uses his body way too much than he's supposed to do. He can end up getting hurt. You never know what can happen, and especially playing a tough and fast retooled Steelers defense in Week 1. In the second round, they picked Joel Bitonio, offensive tackle, at the 35th pick from Nevada. This is an interesting pick because the Browns have a solid offensive line, and I wondered why they took a guy here from the offensive line perspective when they could have easily taken like a D tackle or a running back or a receiver, because they need a receiver. A running back was also up there, and defensive line they could have addressed as well because you don't know who's starting yet on the defensive line with the new head coach. In the third round, they had 2 picks. They took Chris Kirksey, outside linebacker from Iowa, with the 71st pick. This was an interesting pick for the Browns because I thought they had a solid linebacking core last year with Paul Kruger in them. They were playing great until things just went to hell. The Browns' quarterback issues turned really bad, and in all honesty, this pick is 50-50 whether it was worth it or not. I honestly think he won't be a bust because he's a great pass rusher. He'll get after the quarterback, especially in Week 1. And their next pick was Terrence West, a running back, at the 94th pick from Townsend. This was the pick I was waiting for. I was waiting for them to pick a running back. Just don't mind that.
Hi everybody, I'm Trey
Update right there. Yeah, they picked Terrence West, and I honestly think this was a good pick by them because they lost Trent Richardson last year, and I honestly thought they were going to go running back in the first round because they had 2, and they could have easily gone with the 26th. But that was not the case. So Terrence West is not a bad pick, and I believe that with this roster right here, looking at Johnny Manziel, they also have Ben Tate, Dion Lewis, Fozzie Whittaker, Edwin Baker, and Terrence West, the guy they just drafted. He's very low overall because he was taken a little later, and these are just the new ones that came out. I was lucky to get these. I have a friend that I know well that gave me these. They're great at fullback as well. They have Jim Dre and Chris. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. But yeah, at wide receiver they have Josh Gordon, who might be suspended for the whole season next year due to failing a drug test. And as I'm going through the roster right now, I want to talk about their 4th round pick, Pierre Desire. This one shocked me the most, in all honesty, because the Browns already picked Justin Gilbert in the 1st round. I thought their cornerback was already solid enough. Then picking another corner is wondering here that is the talks with Joe Hayden this year going into the dirt, or saying it in as positive way as I can, because them drafting 2 corners, this is sounding like they're desperate because they're probably looking that Joe Hayden wants to go to a winning team or get paid a lot of money. So, in all honesty, I just have to say that Pierre Desire, good cornerback. Do I think the Browns needed him? No. Do they have the money to re-sign Joe Hayden? Yes. But you never know what can happen in the NFL. The gaping hole we have on our roster is right guard. I will address that in free agency in the next episode. I'm just going to keep going through. So far, the Browns have a solid offensive line. I'm liking it. And there's the rookie right there, Joel. And looking at their line right now, it's pretty solid. They have great stars. They have great backups just in case somebody gets injured. And Phil Taylor will be the reason why we're going to be winning this year. If he can get a good jump off the line, then they'll be alright. And that was all the Browns had. They picked not that many people in this draft, which I was shocked. I guess it's from trading around everywhere and them getting different people, but that's what happens. And these two, now that I'm looking at it, left outside linebacker, there's two capable outside linebackers there, so I'm going to see here. You have two. We might end up making a trade with another team to try to build off that offensive line, because we have a lot of that. And we might make some changes at safety, at free safety, because we do not have a solid one there. And looking at this, look how stacked the Browns' defensive backcourt is. Look, they got Joe Hayden, Justin Gilbert, Pierre Desire, who's playing the third corner, and that's going to be solid for us. I think we're going to have a great defense this year. I expect us to be top 10 defense and nothing else. If there's a problem, I will address it in next year's offseason in the draft or in free agency, because the Browns are expected to have a lot of money. The kicker could be better. I'm probably going to end up changing Billy Cundiff. I really don't trust him as a kicker. I never even liked him, even when he was with the Ravens. Was not a fan of him. The punter, I will see what he can do. If he can't do what he can in preseason, then I will have to change that. And here are our picks for this year. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks this year for our off season. So if our project goes wrong this year, then we'll be fine because we have all these picks. As I said, it'll be very interesting to see how Johnny Manziel will do in his rookie season, especially having a great running back like Ben Tate, which they can easily run the read option. They're both fast players, and their fullback is a great blocker and a good runner receiver out of the backfield. They have great receivers in this core, but they could be upgraded decently. Their linebackers were stacked out. I can easily sign backups and trade. Like Quentin Groves, he's getting older, he's getting slower. Might as well trade him now so I can get a good prospect or a draft pick for next year. I'm saying it's all about getting this Browns defense, keep some veterans and keep some young players to be learning from those veterans. And to top it all off, I think the Browns have a solid roster this year, and I can't wait to see how this season pans out. And I will see you guys later.